G'day guys, how are we going? Look, just recently I've had a brand new winch installed on the front of my Patrol by the boys from Carbon Winch. Now these are a fantastic product and well worth checking out. But look, like any new winch, whether it be rope like this one's got, or if yours has got steel cable, you've got to prepare that rope before you go and use it in a real scenario out in the bush. And the way we're going to go about doing that, I'm going to unspool all the rope off the drum, leaving about 6 to 8 wraps, then I'm going to spool it back on again, nice and evenly across the drum, under tension. And if you don't do this, you run the risk in damaging your rope out in a real scenario out in the bush. Now I've already got my tree trunk protector and my winch cable blanket ready to go in the tree up the road, so let's get into it. So before I can get started here, I'm just going to reach in, put the winch in free spool, then we can drag all the rope out and get this underway. Righto. Easy that. Almost at the tree trunk protector. Righto guys, we're up at the tree trunk protector here now. We're going to put the hook on it. This is a great quality tree trunk protector here by Carbon Winch. Now look, I'm just going to use the hook straight through the eyelets here of the tree trunk protector, rather than putting a shackle through that and then putting the hook on it. It just adds to another breaking point, and when you're on a really winching scenario, the less amount of breaking points you've got, the absolute better. So I'll thread that loop onto there, just grab the other one, thread him around, keep threading them around until that hook snaps shut like so. And there we go. That is absolutely set up nice and safely. No one's going to get hurt, especially in this situation, but in a real scenario, that's the ideal way how you want to set up your hook onto your tree trunk protector. Then we'll come down here, and I'm still going to put on a winch blanket just on the very remote chance that something goes wrong with the rope, which it's not going to go wrong on this sort of situation, but still put it on about a couple of metres back from the hook and sit that on there. And now that is all set up, whether it be for this situation or a real situation. That's an ideal setup for winching operation. So now we'll go back to the Patrol and we'll see what goes on down that end. Righto, we're back up at this end now. Now, as I've mentioned a couple of times, you've got to make sure you've got about 6 to 8 wraps still left on the drum for the safest option when you're doing any sort of winching situation. So once this black indicator sleeve starts coming out through the fair lead here, that's telling you straight away there's no more rope to come off, and that's leaving those safe options, about 6 to 8 wraps still left on that drum. Because the only thing that holds this rope to the drum inside is a tiny bolt. Now that's certainly not a load bearing, so if you pull this all the way out when you're under load, you've got a car or trying to winch yourself out of a situation, that bolt's going to snap in a heartbeat. So you don't ever want to rely on that. So as soon as you see this black indicator strip starting to come out through your fair lead, that is it. And then you've got to come up with another option if you've still to get out a bit further. So we're going to jump in the Patrol now, and I'll show you the next stage from there. So from in here now inside the Patrol, I'm just going to reverse the vehicle back up a couple of metres just until I take up the tension on that rope out there. Then I'm going to pull the handbrake on just a couple of clicks, not all the way on, just a couple, and that'll act as a bit of rolling resistance while we're winching that rope back on under tension. So we'll start her up. We'll reverse back up nice and slowly. And there we go, that's the tension on that rope. That's sitting there ready to go. I'm just going to pull on 1, 2 clicks on the handbrake, and that'll act a bit of rolling resistance as we winch that rope back on the drum. Okay, so now we're all set up here. We're going to start to run this brand new rope on and get it ready for a real case scenario. But look, I've gone for all the safety features. I've got my tree trunk protector up there, winch blanket on just in case the rope breaks. Look, it's certainly not going to under this scenario. We're only on a fairly flat sort of a road here, so nothing's going to happen. Even if the rope was to break, the car's not going to roll off because there's no one inside, it's just me here. So I'm going to hook up my controller, put that in there ready to go. That's in, all engaged. Then I'm going to jump in the Patrol, I'm going to start the motor up, then I'll come back and we'll start feeding this rope on. So all I'm going to do here, as we're moving forward, I'll slowly push that rope across the drum and feed it on nice and evenly, and therefore get no creases in the rope, because that's what you don't want. So we'll kick the motor over and come back for the next stage. Righto, here we go. Same time, just looking in there. Okay, so that's nice and evenly rolled onto the drum there. That brand new rope, now it's ready to go. We're down the last couple of metres, so there's no need to keep the tension on for this. So I'm going to release the tension, take the straps and things off, and roll the last couple of metres in by hand. Righto, back up here, we'll take the cable damper off. That was needed, which is a good thing. We'll unhook the strap off here. Thread them all the way around. One off, two off. And now that's ready to go. I'll run the last couple of metres in by hand and she'll be ready to roll. Oh, hang on. What's that? Oh yeah, probably a fair chance of that, I reckon. Geez, the old hook's saying, well, now the rope's ready for action. It's saying we should go and find a bog Toyota somewhere and hook him up and help him get out. Fair chance we'll find one around here somewhere, I reckon. So, I hope those little tips help you out. And fair chance, we'll see you out in the bush someday. Hopefully with not this red hook hanging off the front of your Toyota. Good on you guys. Catch you later on.